Stampers. Today I'd like to show you how to do this adorable little card. It is made with our new product from the 2013-2014 Stampin' Up! Catalog. A lot of new colors, a lot of new product, but I want to focus in on this new Simply Pressed clay flower that I made. We have a new product found on page 167 of the catalog, and it's made with the Simply Pressed clay. This is the bag that it comes in. This is what it looks like when you purchase it, and it's a resealable bag so it doesn't dry out. It is non-toxic, so it is safe. I always check those kind of things out, so it is a safe product to use. You'll see that I'm not using gloves for this part of it. And then along with that, to complement the Simply Pressed clays, we have these Simply Pressed molds, and they're also found on page 167. This set comes together for $7.95. They're called Buttons and Blossoms Simply Pressed clay molds. So let me just show you how to work with this. The first thing that you need to do is I always prep my molds, and this is not anything that they tell you to do, but it's a lot easier to get them out. You can do it one of two ways. You can take your embossing buddy and just kind of put the powder inside here, kind of like when you're making cupcakes. You know, you need to prep the mold. So you can either do it that way, but what I like to use is Pam, because Pam lets them slide out just like cupcakes, much easier. Okay, Pam, or any nonstick spray. All right, so that's what I have in my flowers right here. This tiny little piece of clay is going to make this one little flower right here, and you're actually going to have some left over. So what you do is you just put it in there and press, and what I do is I just keep pulling it until the excess is off. You can take and you can turn it around and flatten it so that it is nice and flat, and then again just taking, see this, the Pam makes it come out so much easier than anything else that I've ever seen. But anyway, there it is. If you let it dry like this, you can actually cut off the extra pieces. Let me do that one more time for you. I'll do it on the bigger one because I've got a bigger piece right here. Okay, I'm just going to take and I'm going to just flatten it in there. Now I also want to show you that if you want a nice skinny one, you do not have to fill up the entire mold. So this is going to be a little bit of a flatter one, and you'll see that they just pop right out. The molds are they are bendable, so they do just come right out, okay? And there they are. The Pam does not hurt it. The nonstick spray does not hurt it. It just kind of sets there. Then what you're going to do is I like to lay them on a paper towel and just to let them dry. They don't take very long to dry. I'm just going to move these out of the way and work with some that I already have done. And now I'm going to show you how to color, okay? So we have our white pressed clay flowers. I've let them dry. And you can do a couple of different things. You can take your re-inkers and you can color them with your paintbrush, or you can take your spritzing tools. Okay, I filled this with water and our re-inkers, and all I did was I just sprayed them. So here's some that I started. All right, and then what you're going to do is just spray, and just leave them on a paper towel and let them dry. And this is the way they come out. You will probably want to turn them over and spritz them a little bit on the back too, just to get the insides and the outsides, but it's that easy. So another way to color is to take your clay and to kind of loosen it up. I use rubber gloves for this one, and you'll see why. What I did was I took my re-inker and I added a couple of drops depending on how colorful you want it. I do like the other way, unless I'm doing this method that I'm going to show you on my card. I do like coloring them with the re-inkers, or with the paintbrush or the spritzer bottle. But in order to do this, method, you need to have colored clay. So you just keep working that in. Okay, I just kind of work that in and work that in, and then I'll get all my other colors back. Okay, I did one that was in yellow and one that was in pink. And the re-inkers make it a little bit more sticky because you're adding the liquid to it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our mold, and again I do have my Pam in there, okay, and I want to be able to take a little bit of the pink and a little bit of the yellow, and you don't want to work them together. You just want to kind of mold them in there, just kind of twist and turn. You don't want to get them so they're all one color, okay? Because otherwise we will have a pink and a yellow would probably make, I'm not even sure what color. But anyway, then we're going to take and we're going to press that in there, and you see the marble effect? See how we have that marble effect right in there? And then when you go to pop it out, this is what it looks like. So that is another way to color your clay. and another way to use it. And I think that's absolutely beautiful. And like I said, I know you're going to be nervous about using the nonstick spray, but it does work so much better. And then it dries, and you can just wipe it right off. Again, my card is this one right here. I used, like I said, a lot of the new techniques, or a lot of the new product on the card. And right here, I used the baby wipe technique with the re-inkers, and it just kind of matches the little flower. In order to do the little leaves, all I did was I took my green. I have a little bit of green here. I rolled it, and then I just made my leaves by pressing them around. And then you just lay these on top of that while they're drying. And I want to just show you, it's been sprayed with our nonstick spray. And a really easy way to do this is to press it in here, let it run over the top around the edges right here. And what you want to do is to just lay it down, press it so that it just kind of falls into place there. And then when you lift it up on your paper towel, there you have your perfect little button. And then what you'll do when this dries is to just trim off the outside. And then you get a very evenly shaped button. If you try to take and put it in the mold and wiggle it out, when you go to pull it out, it does lose its shape a little bit. So I find that if you put it on a paper towel, it actually does the work for you. So you don't have to have that much. I just have a lot in here. You can have as much or as little as you want. Just take and press it down, get it over here, okay? You don't have to be neat about it, because what makes this back end pretty is when you press it down, it's going to make it nice and flat, and it just comes right out, okay? And then when it dries, all you have to do is lift it up, trim around the outside, and you've got your perfect little button. I hope this helps.